2.5 hours is the time that it took to season this whole leg of lamb, and that is why you should stick around, because I got you covered when it comes to seasoning. This leg of lamb is incredible. It's good for family functions, a special event, or if you just want to show off. Stick around for some more. As always, everything is going to be listed in the description below. The first thing you're going to do is, one, get a sharp knife. Do not be like me and cut off all of the excess fat. I could have easily told the butcher to do this, but I kept it on to demonstrate how it's done in the event that you don't have a butcher to cut the excess fat. It's super easy. And once I cut it off and it was okay for me, I just went on to cleaning it. This is a big leg of lamb. I got the largest piece that was available in the market. I washed it really well with lime, vinegar, salt. Give it a couple rinses a couple times, and once that's clean, pat dry. Make sure it's dry 100%. And we're going to get started with our seasoning. This is the green seasoning that I'm going to be using: cilantro, green onions, green bell peppers, red bell peppers, ginger, garlic, thyme. Thyme is just for the kick, a little scent. And I'm going to add everything into my blender, and here's what it looks like. I'm going to blend this up. I want it on the creamy end, and I'm going to add a little bit of oil so that it blends smoothly. And when that was done blending, this is what it should look like. Earlier it was a little chunky. I had to send it back to the blender to blend again. And now the most important thing, I want this leg of lamb to be really moist. It's a little meaty, and if you don't do it well, it can be crispy on the outside and tough on the inside. So I'm going to start off with plain Greek yogurt. Do not use any kind of flavored Greek yogurt. Plain Greek yogurt. I use mustard. You can use spicy mustard, or you can use the Senegalese mustard. I'm going to list it below. And I'm going to use a tablespoon of mayonnaise. These three combined will really provide the best moisture that your lamb can get. The best of the best and the best on the block. I personally do not use any seasoning that has any kind of artificial coloring, red 40, yellow 5, all of that not so good stuff. So I tend to opt for seasoning that are more natural and fragrant. So here I am adding all of my herbs. And a tip for seasoning, right? You only need to use one salt base. I am very judgmental. I am sorry when I see people using multiple salt bases. The only thing that's going to do is make your food salty. It's not going to provide flavor. Once I added all of my seasoning, my herbs, you name it, I then added my blended green seasoning, added a little bit of oil so it can mix okay, and then I started mixing that up and mix it up well. The yogurt at the bottom was stuck and made it a little chunky and difficult to stir, but this took me a couple minutes. Just mix that up really, really well. And then once that's done, you're going to set it to the side. And this is truly the star of the show. The color, the aroma was incredible. If you try this recipe, you owe me a deed to your house or something like that. That's how incredible it was. And now the third step. I know it's super complicated, but then again, it's not. I want the seasoning to enter inside of the lamb. So what I did was I went in with a knife at a diagonal angle. I poked it, and then I went in with my spatula, wooden spatula. And what you see me doing is poking the hole deeper. And you see that little spot? That's how far the spatula went. So when I season it, that's how far the season is going to go. I am very particular. I am very picky about seasoning and just making sure a food is flavorful, or protein is flavorful. So I really take my time and go through great lengths to make sure that the seasoning enters inside of the lamb or whatever it is that I am seasoning. So I'd made another incision somewhere, and I just twisted a little bit so I can really get in there. And then I'm going to do about maybe 4 or 5 in that area of the lamb. You see, make a little diagonal incision, stick your spatula in the middle, and you're going to see where the spatula ends. I really went in there. There was a bone somewhere around there, and I was just kind of stretching that bone around to make sure that you see that is where I want the seasoning to enter. I'm going to do that all over this lamb to really make sure that I get the most moist lamb possible. Now, after doing that, I started losing where I was making the holes. So I pinned it with a toothpick to make sure I don't lose where I was like sticking it. This is like so crazy. It really is a lot, but this is for a holiday, and I really want to make sure that I make my family the best of the best, you know? So that is you see, everything that I'm doing now is the reason why it took me 2.5 hours to season. I really took time, like a lot of detail went into making sure this lamb is the best of the best. So when I flipped the lamb around, instead of going diagonal, I flipped it around and really brought the spatula on the opposite side to make sure that the seasoning is like falling from all places. As if you are not new here, you would not be surprised to see me doing this because I am truly passionate about seasoning food. So to make sure all of that work does not go into vain, what I did, I don't know what the name of this equipment is called, but it failed me. I think the green seasoning was too thick. My intention was to squeeze the green seasoning in the spots that you see the toothpick, but it didn't work that way, so I had to do it manually, but I didn't mind. So I went in with my finger, making the little well, and then adding the seasoning in there in each spot all over this lamb. This lamb is going to be juicy from all around the place. I know I probably didn't get every single vein and muscle that this lamb has, but I got a lot. So now you're just going to see me doing this. I'm going to add the green seasoning or like the mixture in all of the wells that I made to really make sure that this lamb is the best of the best. The best of the best. I want when this lamb is done, when I cut in it, you can see that this was well seasoned. I took my time. Now I'm taking out the toothpick and just going all around. For the sides like this, I made really deeper well, and to make sure that the seasoning went in, I would like take my hand and just kind of like massage that in to make sure that it's really spreading, because I don't know that if it's going far or not. So like really taking that additional time to do that. If you don't have time for all of this, you don't have to do this, but if you want to produce the best flavored, just be patient. So I'm going to do this. The rest of the clips you're going to see is just me stuffing the seasoning into the lamb, and I'm going to let it sit for 24 hours. Unfortunately, I wish I did this the day before, but I didn't have time. So I am just going to work with what I have. 24 hours is good enough. But if you have more time, oh my God, it's going to be incredible. And when you're ready to bake, make sure you take it out and you do not bake it cold. This is part 1. Part 2 on how I actually bake it will be up after I complete it. And this is just me showing off. This is what it looked like. And just when you thought when I was done, I'm not done yet. I'm going to go in those little wells and start stuffing it with green onions, garlic, and onions. Onions is like water. And I want, when it's baking, like the moisture to be produced from the inside to the outside. If you have made it this far in the video, you can tell that I'm going through great lengths to ensure that this lamb is not only 1, flavorful, 1, has spice, but 2, has a lot of moisture and seasoning. I did this in every single one of the wells. In some areas, it was really tough because it was bony. It took quite some time to really get it deep in, and that is what you see me doing now. Now I promise there is nothing else left after this. After this, I am completely done after stuffing this lamb to the T. And now what I'm going to do is just like rub the remaining seasoning all around the place, and I'm going to set it down, wrap it up, and put it in the fridge to let it just cool and think about it. I hope you like this recipe. I hope you give this recipe a try. If you have any questions, as always, please shoot it in the comments below. If you enjoy this, please give this video a like, a comment. Let me know if there are any recipes that you would like to see next. And this is part 1. Part 2 on how I bake this, and the final result will be posted in a couple of days. I hope before the end of this week. And this was the final results. I cannot wait to bake this and see how this goes. So this is it. Thank you to everyone who is supporting my small channel. Your support really means a lot. The like, the comments, and we'll be back in a couple of days for the final results and until our next recipe.